never fails. Never fails. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marquita. Today I'm going to talk about the 2 books that I read since I last talked to y'all, which was like I think 2 weeks ago. The first book that I finished was Blood Over Bright Haven. This was a 5-star read. When I tell you I closed this book and was just like, I don't know what to do with myself. It was late at night, so I should have been like tired, but I wasn't. Like, I was wide awake. And this book was a lot. The ending was sad, but you understood it, if that makes sense. So I talked a little bit about it in my last video, and I think I was about halfway through, maybe a little over halfway through. But this is about a woman named Siona who has become the only woman and the first to become a part of this very high prestigious order or society of what they call mages, which is just like, they deal with magic, so like, I don't want to say magicians, but like sorcerers, I think would be a better word. And so what her job is, she is a sourcing mage. So what that means is she figures out formulas to harness energy to power literally the whole town or city of Tehran. And they use this, which is a spellograph. It's pictured right here on the front cover, and that's what they use to type out their spells, their formulas, or whatnot. And Siona, because this is a society that is male dominated and they figure a woman should be at home having babies, they don't respect her. So in one of the ways they show their lack of respect for her is by giving her an assistant, just one, and the others in her department have multiple. They give her one assistant, and this assistant they gave her was actually the janitor. And this janitor, whose name is Tamal, I think, if I remember it correctly, he is part of what they consider a lower class of people called the Quinn. They make him her assistant, and she could have easily pushed back and was like, and could have been like, no, I'm not doing that. But instead she was like, no, I'm going to keep him and I'm going to teach him the ways. And that's what she did. She taught him the ways, and he was actually a fast learner, which surprised her. And so they work on a formula. They are tasked, Siona and the rest of her apartment are tasked with coming up with a new formula to increase the map of the city of Tehran so that they are able to harness more energy. And so in doing that, they discover something about where the energy source comes from. And I think that's where I left off the last time. And when you find out where the energy comes from, no words when you find out where the energy comes from. I was shocked. I was shocked. I don't know if I could say anything else without giving it away. But because Siona, and then once Siona finds this out, she goes into like this deep depression. Then something clicks, and she's like, no, I'm going to figure this out. She tries to get them to try to develop other ways to harness their energy. She's thinking she's discovered something as far as like how they get their energy. So she goes and tell her mentor, the one person who she trusts in her department, and he already knew. And so she was shocked that he knew, but she also had to play it off like, okay, well, it's not as big of a deal as I'm making it out to be, when it really is a big deal. It is truly a big deal. Siona's like, okay, so then she develops this plan with her assistant, and that's pretty much all I'm going to say. But y'all, I don't think I can say anything else without like giving any spoilers, but pick this book up, Blood Over Bright Haven by M.L. Wang. Pick this book up. This was a 5-star read for me. It was so good, so good. This Could Be Us follows 2 teenagers, Deja and Raja. Deja is a 17-year-old from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Deja is trying to decide what school she wants to go to, so her and her sister decide to take to go. She's going on a school visit, and her sister tags along. Deja, so a little backstory about Deja. Deja has a garden at her family's home that is full of like all the ingredients that she uses to make her skincare product. Those skincare products are mainly for Black and brown people, but I'm sure like other skin complexions can use them as well. But they are specifically for Black and brown people, and she sells those products online, and I think it's an Etsy shop, but I'm not 100% sure. So she's trying to decide which school she needs to go to that would better help her to further along her business, because she wants to be a cosmetic chemist and eventually own her own skincare line. So they go on a tour of the University of Maryland campus, and she loves it. Deja decides that she is going to commit to the University of Maryland, and so to celebrate, because she had such a good day, such a good tour of the campus, she wants to commemorate the day by getting a tattoo. And they just so happen to be like in the downtown area, and they walk up to this tattoo parlor. Here's where Raja comes into play. Raja is an apprentice at the tattoo shop, and so Deja walks in, they lock eyes, and it's literally like kismet, like love at first sight. And so he's smitten, she's smitten. Raja is very good. He's a very good artist, so he's very good at drawing, specifically flowers. And so Deja's flipping through his book, and Raja's boss is like, oh yeah, he can do that for you. He has never tatted anyone before in his life. So he's looking at his manager like, are you serious? So, you know, he ends up tattooing Deja. They have this like instant connection with each other. And so he, after everything is done, like the tattoo is done, he asked Deja if he could take her out on a date the next day. And so Deja was still in town, so she was like, yes. They have this most amazing date, and then once the date is over, he doesn't get her number. He didn't get her number, and then he was too scared to like send her a DM on Instagram. And so this was during spring break, and she's not gonna be back until like the end of June for like summer semester. And so he's like, I missed my chance, blah blah blah, like I don't know. And so during that time, they both try to get each other out of their systems, but they realize they can't. And so Deja goes back to the university to start her semester in the summertime, and things just go awry. And yeah, so I'll just leave it at that because I don't want to tell like too much of the story. But I mean, it's a romance novel, so you do know that they end up together. But the issue and the concern that they have is because Deja is Black American, and so Ebony LaDelle goes into detail about like some of the traditions and cultures that we have, and also the hesitation of dating someone outside your race, and also how your family would feel about you dating someone that is not the same ethnicity as you. And with Raja is Nepali, so he is South Asian, so that's a whole nother thing. He's a I think first or second generation immigrant, and so that comes with the whole thing. And his culture believes in arranged marriage. His family, specifically his dad, wants him to go to school, major in engineering, get a good engineering job, then they will arrange a marriage for him. And Raja does not want to do that. Raja wants to still respect his family, still respect his culture, but also do things the way he wants them done. And so that's where the whole conflict lies with them, and they try to navigate that, as you know, and figure out, is this worth it? Is all of this that we will have to go through with both of our cultures, is this worth it? And Ebony does a good job of like explaining everything and basically the pros and cons of why they should and should not be together. This was so good. It's so cute. There was a couple of times I laughed out loud. I was like smiling. Raja he was so cute. Like, he loved him some Deja. He loved that chocolate woman. And it was just so cute. I gave this a 4-star. It wasn't for me, it was not as good as Love Radio, but it was still a very, very good book and worth picking up. I think this would be good for anyone Now, I'm a woman of a particular age, and I enjoyed it. But if you are a true, like, if someone is like a true teen, late teen, this would be good for them. Because you go to college, you see so many different cultures, so many different, like, people, different backgrounds, and I could see, I have not personally had that experience with, as far as like, wondering what it would be like to date someone that is not the same ethnicity as me. But I can see where this could be some sort of conflict. So I think this is a really good book for late teen, college to read. It was so cute. So now on to what I have watched since I last talked to you guys. So I think in my last video I talked about Dope Thief. Y'all, that show was so good. It's on AppleTV, and it stars Brian Tyree Henry, who, as you may know, he was one of the stars of the TV show Atlanta on FX. So Brian Tyree Henry and his partner, I don't remember his name, I don't even remember his character's name. They pose as DEA agents, and they rob like lower level drug dealers, and they steal their money, and I think they steal the drugs too, and then they sell it to whoever. And so they had this one job that they had to do, and then they brought like someone else in on the job with them, like the third person. They actually told them like, oh, you should hit up this place, and they did, and literally all hell broke loose. Like, they literally went to, they didn't go to the wrong house, like, oh, they got the address messed up. Like, they went to the wrong house, and then it hit the fan. Like, shit hit the fan. That's the only way I can describe it. Like, it was just not good. It was bad. They got away, but somehow the people knew who they were. They had their contact information, and they are trying to kill them. So the next few episodes, they're basically running for their lives, and like most drug movies are, they find your family, they find your friends, and they killing everybody that's close to you just so that you can basically give yourself up to them. So it follows that, y'all. It's so good. It deals with a lot of childhood trauma that Brian Tyree character has had from his dad, and y'all, it's just 5 stars. It is so good, and it's a must watch. I don't know why more people aren't talking about this show. It is so good. And the next show that I watched was Ginny in Georgia. I talked about this in my last video too, I think. Ginny in Georgia. This is season 3, I think. And so if you have not seen the first 2 seasons, then you may want to just skip this part, because it's going to be spoilers, at least from the first 2 seasons. So if you haven't watched any of the episodes yet, just skip along. As we know, the season finale of season 2 left off with Georgia being arrested for killing one of, I think he's a neighbor or someone from the PTA who she became friends with, killing her husband because he was literally on his deathbed. And you know, the wife complained about how this is hard, and she just didn't want to do it anymore. So in Georgia's mind, she thought she was doing the lady a favor by killing her husband and putting her husband out of his misery and putting the lady out of her misery. It backfired when Georgia is accused of murder, and like, she got arrested on her wedding day. It was a mess. So that's where season 3 episode 1 picks up with Georgia being in jail for killing that woman's husband. And y'all, this season was heavy. Like, I know the seasons before were heavy, but this season was heavy. Like, Georgia went through a lot. She ended up being put on house arrest, so she was dealing with a lot and like had a lot of time on her hands to like think and reflect. Ginny, oh my, that girl, like, y'all, she went through a lot this season, like a lot this season. And it's just like, how much can this girl take? Like, between herself, her friends, and then her brother. Oh my God, poor Austin. Like, season 4, I hope Austin gets some therapy. because Austin went through a lot too. And like the last episode, when you see what Austin did, y'all, Austin's going to need some therapy. All of needs therapy, which Ginny is in, and Georgia has attended. I don't know how much she got out of it, but Ginny was in therapy since last season, and y'all, it was a lot. So a lot going on. Jeez, it was a lot, but it was good. It was really, really good. It was really, really good, and I can't wait for season 4. Hopefully Netflix doesn't make us wait that long. That's all I have to say. I don't know what my next read is going to be, to be honest. I'm looking at some of my books right now. I don't know if I want to read another romance. I have 7 Days in June that I haven't read yet. I don't know if I want to read fantasy. I picked up, oh, let me show you a haul. That was way too loud. Why are you so excited? Here's a quick impromptu haul. I'm not going to give you a description. Half these books I don't even know what they're about, but I see a lot of people with them, or they entice me, so pick them up. So, Parable of the Sora by Octavia E. Butler. Pick this up, y'all. It was only $9. It was $9, $8.95 at my local bookstore, Second and Charles. Then I got this one for my birthday. If you watched that video, then you saw that I picked this up. And then the day after my birthday, I went to Barnes & Noble, and I got So Let Them Burn by Kamilah Cole. And these next two were buy one, get one half. So, of course, I had to get 2. I couldn't just get 1. So I got One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. And I've been wanting to read this, and I got The Visible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. And yeah, that was my little mini haul. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching my video. If you made it to the end, I greatly appreciate you. And let's just spread a little light in the world. And until next time.